Hari Om. My dear yoga aspirants, today I will tell you about very important subject which is respiratory system. Obviously we take breath since birth to death, but we have never considered about the respiration which is very vital for our life. Actually, if we call air itself is a life, then no any surprising things. Because anybody can live without food and water, but can't live even a minute without air. Therefore, breathing is very important subject which we never consider. Even we never consider about proper respiration. How to proper respiration should be done. It is also not known about everyone. Therefore, by the pranayam, we always suggest you how to take complete breath. Today, I will tell you the vitality and importance of respiration, cause which several respiratory disease is sustained in absence of proper respiration, and in case of any intoxicating articles goes through the breath, and when we become habitual of smoking or affected by cold, heat, etc., then we suffer by the respiratory disease like cough, cold, asthma, pneumonia, even lung cancer, sinusitis, etc. Before understanding the disease and therapeutic effect of yogasana and pranayam, it is necessary to understand the respiratory system, how its function, and what precautions is to be taken for taking proper breath. Therefore, it is necessary to understand the respiratory system by the diagram. Let us see, we come into the diagram.
This is the diagram of respiratory system. You can see here in the entire respiratory organs. We can see now which part take parts in the respiratory process and completes respiration. The respiration start with the nose. Obviously you can see the nose is initial part of respiration which sucks the air oxygen from the atmosphere. Then the lungs. Lungs is the main part which play vital role in respiratory system. You can see here the lungs is in two parts. This is the entire area where lungs is situated within the lungs cavity. It is in two parts. These two parts are the lungs. The lungs has the pulmonary cavity within which both the parts of lungs are safe. You can see here this is the pulmonary cavity. Here comes beside the lungs in two lines. This is the pulmonary cavity which protects lungs from heart jerk and other injuries, and between two layers of the pulmonary cavity pulmonary fluid is filled there in the layers which kind the lungs is completely protect. Here in the lower side this is the diaphragm which expand and contract during the respiratory process. When the nose suck the air from atmosphere, the diaphragm pulls and come here in this level. Thereafter, when the air pressure is increased here in the lungs, and diaphragm again come in its position and contracted, the low pressure is created in outside. Therefore, breathe after taking the carbon dioxide in exchange goes out through the nostril cavity. This is the function of lungs, which is protected by here in diaphragm, and the bones of heart, which is called ribs. This kind of the entire protective measure is covered over the lungs. Now see the main organs which take part in respiratory system. Here is nose, then the pharynx, and then larynx. Pharynx and larynx are the canals where from the air is enter into the lungs, and pharynx where the food pipe is connected and food is goes into the stomach, and between the both canals here is a lid over the pipes which close when we take food. It close the windpipe, and when we take breath then it close the food pipe. This process is completed here in which is called trachea. Now this is the trachea, which is actually windpipe, and it is in C shape, which play the role to not to contract the windpipe. In case in empty air the pipe could not be closed. This is called trachea. Then the bronchi. This pipe is divided here in the two part, which is called bronchi. Thereafter it divided into several parts which called bronchiales. These are the map. We can see the bronchiales here in a very little bags which is called alveoli, which fills with the air and expand. The lungs is expanded when air is filled with these alveoli. The process of exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide is take place here in the alveoli. The very thin veins are goes behind these alveoli, and carbon dioxide from impure blood and oxygen from these alveoli is exchanged here in the very thin nerves. Then the oxygenated blood again goes into the heart. In case when anybody takes the fume and smoking habits, then the layer of alveoli is broken and they expand contact in each other, and this carbon dioxide and intoxicating fume mix with the blood, and which cause cancer and other respiratory diseases. This is the complete system of respiration, which is require pure oxygen for healthy respiratory system, and require proper respiration to make entire body oxygenated and healthy. Obviously we can see when these respiratory system is affected by any kind, then we suffer from various respiratory disease like cough, cold, sinusitis, and lungs cancer and other diseases. Therefore, it is our duty to make the respiratory system immune and healthy. This is the process of respiration, and now we can see the diseases related respiration and how to make it immune healthy to protect from the disease relating to respiration.
We have understood entire respiratory system within the body, how we take air through the nasal cavity and it goes in the lungs, then mixing with the blood reach into entire body, and each and everyone's cells are nurtured with the oxygenated energy. Therefore, obviously, the air is itself life, which is called pranavayu in the yoga textbook. How to take complete breath? This is the process under the pranayama by which we can be very energetic, because our body needs the oxygen for complete hygiene, because air is a one kind of important nutrition in addition to foods taken directly by mouth. Now I will suggest you about the asana, pranayama, mudra and band, which affects the respiratory system and make it strong and hygienic and gain immunity. So we can exercise the Surya Namaskar first, which is vital for proper circulation of respiration and blood within the body. If anyone could not exercise Surya Namaskar, then he can take Ustrasana, camel pose, then frog pose, cobra pose, and then come into the lotus pose or any relaxation pose, sit on the asana, auspicious pose, and exercise pranayam. Alternative breathing called Anulom Vilom or Nadi Shodhan Pranayam is vital for taking strength and immune to the respiratory system. Then Vastika, Ujjayi, these pranayam are exercised. Kapalbhati is also vital pranayam just to get immune the respiratory system and control it. Respiration is vital part. It is actually life. Yogis in the yoga text has explained that through the exercise of pranayam, one can break the process of exhaling and inhaling and taking their life into the Sahasrarth, and they can gain the immortality. Therefore, this vital subject is need to be explained you today for your benefit. Then in the next video, I will tell you about the technique of these asana and pranayam, how to perform it properly, and you can be benefited by these exercise. Hari Om.